me, this figure was one of two reasons I wanted Todd McFarlane to make DC Toys. A Todd McFarlane inspired Batman is right up my alley, and I do love this figure. The folks at McFarlane Toys were kind enough to send this over to the site, so let's talk about this worthy gold label piece done by the Toddfather himself. Let's go ahead and get the articulation out of the way so I can talk about how the figure looks. As far as the head is concerned, you get a decent amount of movement from all different angles. The body has some interesting things going on. You get rotation and side to side with no real issues, but it is a bit limited going forward. Going back, it works better. And at the lower waist area, you do get an increase of movement that overall gets the Batman moving. As for the arms, the cowl hinders it very slightly, but you can turn the arms all the way around, and they do go in and out with no real issue. He has a bicep swivel that works good, and this Batman does have double bends at the elbows. He also has ball pegs at the hands that turn and go up and down as well. In terms of the lower body, Batman can do the splits with no real issues. The legs can kick forwards and backwards, and that's pretty cool. And as for those articulation junkies and what they desire, his thighs do swivel, which work good enough for me. The legs have a nice double bend at the knees that work well, and the feet are on ball hinges that go up and down, rotate and rock side to side. And of course, let's not forget about the mighty toe hinge. With that out of the way, let's get to the good stuff. The aesthetic. Starting with the lower body, you got some fancy bat boots to stomp a mud hole into bad guys. You have some armor plating on the side thighs that protect the thighs from knives and bullets. This translates to the other side as well, but with some pouches and grenades. His utility belt has even more pouches and items in there. These are non-removable, and for some, that will make them cranky. But for me, it means I won't lose them. The bat logo on the front of the belt is a nice touch. We also get our bat butt, and you can see how the belt wraps around him. The upper body has a nice design. It's almost a cross between Batman the Damned and the White Knight. The logo on the chest takes a cue from the Damned, but still works great for this figure. It's nice and big, and it has a gloss to it. And the cape has a nice design that really works for the profile of this figure. As for the gauntlets, they are Spawn inspired, and they look like they can really have you reaching for Excedrin number 9 if you get hit by them. This brings out a nice savage rage feel to the Batman. As for the head, some hate it, but for me, it's a grittier, stylized look. Kind of has a Hellboy comics feel to it. I don't mind it, and it won't be bothering me. In terms of accessories, Todd Bats comes with 2 gold swords, a cool Todd Bats card, a base, and goggles. The swords seem to just be molded in a gold color. They fit into his hands no problem, and they slide into that back piece on the cape with no issues. They also pass the shake, rattle, and roll test and don't seem to fall out. I love the card. I know some complain about it, but it's another fun way to enjoy the figure. I keep mine in a card case, so that's just me. And I am always grateful for the base to display the figure with. His final accessory is some steampunk looking goggles. Honestly, it's cool tech to have for the figure, but I could go either way with them. And real quick, here is a size roundup with various figures from my collection. I forgot to include the Mezco Batman size comparison, but he stacks well with other McFarlane figures. Overall, as I said in the beginning, I am thrilled to add this figure to my collection. Todd has given us some pretty cool Batman, but having this guy in the mix is just another check mark for cool in my toy collection. If you didn't pre order, head over to Walmart to grab one, or just wait for the non gold label version to be released. Once again, thank you to McFarlane Toys for sending this out, and I hope you enjoyed the review. As always, take care, and until we meet again, great googly moogly.